Simply Piano has over 800,000 ratings on the App Store, and most of them are glowing. But spend an hour in piano forums and you find the same warning over and over again. The skills that you've built inside this app don't always survive outside of it. So, should you learn piano with Simply Piano in 2026? Well, the honest answer is yes, for a specific type of learner, and a pretty firm no for another. I went through the App Store reviews, a lot of them. I went through some Reddit threads, pricing, complaint patterns. Actually, I found one billing pattern that changed what I do even before signing up. Now, a quick heads up, I have put an affiliate link for Simply Piano in the description, and if you use it, I earn a small commission. It's no extra cost to y'all. It just helps support the channel. Now, Simply Piano is a subscription app for iOS, Android, and Chromebooks that teaches piano through interactive lessons. It listens to the notes you play on any real piano or keyboard, gives you immediate feedback, and walks you through a song library that runs from classical pieces to chart hits. The company calls it the world's leading piano learning app, which, I couldn't verify that against any third-party ranking, so treat that as marketing. The core job here is getting a total beginner from never touched a piano to playing recognizable songs. And on that job, the evidence is genuinely strong. Start with the scale of the sentiment. A 4.7 across more than 835,000 App Store ratings is not a number you can fake or astroturf at that volume. Whatever this app's limits are, an enormous number of people are getting what they came for. What are they getting? Motivation, mostly. The app is gamified. You play, it hears you, it tells you immediately whether you hit the right note, and that feedback loop keeps people coming back in a way the beginner method books just don't. The Testimonies Simply Piano publishes on its own site, which is obviously friendly territory, weigh them accordingly, keep circling around the same themes. Adults who finally started something for themselves, or a user who's been on it since 2017 and says the app keeps improving, or a learner turning 70 who's been at it for 2 years. The pattern that matters ain't exactly a specific story, it's that the people who stay happy are casual learners playing for their own enjoyment, not people who are on a conservatory path. One parent in those same on-site testimonials described playing songs for their kids at bedtime every night. That's the honest picture of what success with this app would look like. Not recitals, music in the home. And there's a practical advantage worth naming. It works with whatever piano or keyboard you already own. And a family plan covers up to 5 profiles across all of the company's apps. For a household where a parent and 2 kids all want to poke at music, that is 1 subscription instead of 3 sets of lessons. Now, the 4.7 mostly reflects the first 6 to 12 months of the experience. What the app can't do shows up later, and it's worth knowing before you start. None of what follows changes the fact that this is a good beginner tool. It changes who should buy it and how. The biggest issue is the ceiling, and it's the one thing the friendly reviews and the skeptical forum threads actually agree on. Simply Piano teaches foundational skills well, but doesn't progress effectively past the beginner to early intermediate stage. If you stick with it, you will likely outgrow it. And the app just doesn't have very much waiting for you when you do. Treat it as a 1 to 2 year on-ramp, not a 5-year plan. And budget mentally for real lessons if the piano bug actually bites you. The ceiling problem has a bit of a deeper root, though, and this is the part that changed how I read those glowing ratings. Some experienced players on Reddit report that the skills don't actually transfer cleanly. The app scaffolds you with visual cues, so learners can end up dependent on the screen, weaker at reading traditional sheet music, and kind of lost without the app. One user called it a dopamine hit that doesn't teach transferable piano skills. That's one voice, not a verdict. But that theme kind of shows up across multiple threads, and it makes sense once you notice what the app physically can't do. It can hear your notes, but it can't see your hands. Nobody is correcting your posture, your position, your technique, which is exactly the stuff that's painful to unlearn later on. If your goal is to eventually sit down with real sheet music and play independently, mix in traditional notation practice early, or use the app alongside a teacher rather than instead of one. Then there's the billing pattern I mentioned at the start. The Simply Piano's Trustpilot profile is tiny, only 8 reviews I think I saw, so I would not read this as representative of millions of users. But the complaints there cluster hard around subscription billing. People charge the full annual price after what they understood to be a trial, charges landing after they believe they've been canceled, refund requests bounce between the company, Apple, PayPal. The same page also holds a counterpoint, which is a customer who got a cancellation confirmed and a full refund within 20 minutes of emailing. So the picture is not scam, it's auto-renewing subscription with real friction if you're not careful. And the trial itself is kind of part of the confusion. The source described it as 14 days while the user complaints mentioned 7. So the only number that counts is the one that the exact sign-up screen in front of you says. Set a reminder before it ends, cancel through App Store or Google Play if that's where you subscribed. And remember, the company's own policy offers a full refund within 30 days for card and PayPal purchases. Handled that way, the billing risk mostly evaporates. One more fit note, there's no Windows or desktop version. This is mobile and tablet only. If your keyboard lives next to a PC and you were planning to prop a monitor up on it, this ain't your app.
Now let's talk about what this actually costs. If you commit to the annual plan, the individual plan works out to $14.16 per month, billed as $169.90 upfront for the year. The family plan, which covers up to 5 profiles across all of Simply's apps, comes out to $17.49 a month billed annually, or $209.90 for the year. That's one subscription for a parent and 2 kids to all Pocket piano, guitar, singing, and drawing. If you'd rather not commit for the full year, there's also a straight monthly option with no lock-in, $17.90 a month for individual, $23.90 a month for family. So paying annually roughly halves your monthly cost, which is the usual trade-off for committing up front instead of staying flexible. On the trial, the default offer is 7 days, not 14, but the checkout has a toggle to extend to 14 days if you need more time to decide before you start the clocks. So if you've seen both numbers floating around, that's depends on whether you flip that switch.
But for context, the annual price is in the neighborhood of 2 or 3 months of private lessons in much of the US. That's the real value question. Is a year of gamified daily practice versus a couple months of a human teacher? For a casual learner, the app wins that math for sure. For a serious one, it really doesn't. So here is the short version. If you are a casual beginner, a kid, an adult who wants to play songs for fun, go ahead, get it, and start with the trial. If you want to learn real classical technique, sheet music fluency, anything past like early to intermediate levels, skip it or only use it as a practice supplement alongside a teacher. And before you sign up, check the trial terms on the actual sign-up screen and set a cancellation reminder. The one-line summary of this whole review: Simply Piano will get you playing songs fast. But it's not built to take you past early to intermediate. It is excellent at the thing most apps fail at, which is actually getting you to sit down and practice every day. It's not a complete piano education, and it doesn't pretend to be if you read past the marketing. For the right buyer, the casual learner who wants music in their life without hiring a teacher, it is an easy recommendation. Hundreds of thousands of happy ratings back that up, and the 30-day refund policy means trying it properly is low risk. You'll know within 2 weeks whether this is for you. So now you know exactly where this app shines and where it stalls. Use it for what it's good at. And a year from now, you're the person playing actual songs in your living room instead of the person with a keyboard gathering dust. If you've used Simply Piano, especially past that first year, I want to hear, did your skills hold up away from the app? Tell me in the comments. Make sure to play something good this week. I'll see you in the next one.